Good morning, everyone. My name is Didier. I am a John Maxwell certified coach, and I would like to talk about the current crisis that we are in. I understand that most of the countries across Africa have been affected by this coronavirus, and I am in South Africa, and we are in day 4 of this lockdown. I understand for many people it's not easy to go through it, but we need to understand that when there is a crisis, there is always an end to a crisis. A crisis, by definition, usually is defined. I'm going to read it for you. It's a time of intense difficulty or danger. So basically, when somebody is in a crisis mode or somebody is facing a crisis, regardless of a crisis at work, a crisis at home, so there is this meaning of danger that is attached to a crisis. So when you come and announce to somebody that we are in crisis, usually somebody picture in his mind that he's in a crisis, and all the negative emotions start coming out. So when you are in a crisis, you have two choices. There's one choice that you can make is either to be stressed, overly stressed by the situation because you have no idea how you can handle the situation, or you have a choice to remain calm. So it's up to us to decide which way we will go. And as you can see, I'm sure most of you guys have been flooded by, and are flooded every day by message and emails from people about the crisis, about the different details of what is going on in South Africa, across the globe. So everybody's concerned. But if you really want to be able to handle this crisis, you need to look at it from a different perspective, which is to be more positive and more inclined to find a solution. So I've done a bit of research and I have looked at what is the opposite of a crisis, because it's a time of intense difficulty or danger, but there is an opposite, and the opposite is calm, happiness, peaceful solution. So if you decide to choose the opposite of crisis, it means that you will focus on solution that will help you to be prepared for the after crisis, because this crisis will come to an end. It will not stay for longer. Any crisis across the globe, and for many years there's been crisis. We had recessions, we had all sort of crises, but they never last for an entire destiny. So it will come to an end. So if you look at the opposite of crisis, you will find that it's more, one of the word is peace, calm, solution. So you either have to choose to be more calm and solution driven during the crisis, so at least you can be prepared to find solution when the crisis is over, because it will be over. And I also had a look at the word lockdown. Lockdown has a negative connotation as well, because when we talk about lockdown, it means that you basically confine in a jail. You basically in prison. There's nothing you can do. And again, as a human being, we think through image that we imprint in our mind. So the more you think about lockdown, and that's the feeling for everybody. Since in South Africa they've asked people to stay at home for 21 days, everybody has been stressed because just the thinking of being locked in a place in your own house just bring all these negative emotions. So historically, I'm just going to read it because I pick up this from Tony Robbins. Historically, they've been used to keep people, when they talk about lockdown, they've been used to keep people in their home during a time of crisis, such as war, and they are associated with needing protection from danger, isolation, and illness. So, lockdown in particular is used in prison when all inmates are locked in the cells to prevent riot or unrest from spreading during an emergency. So, due to the negative connotation attached to the word, I'm wondering today why all of us we are so stressed and why all of us we have this all this negative emotion. So again, like I've done for the word crisis, you also need to look at the opposite of lockdown. The opposite, it means freedom, means liberty. And when you look at the meaning of liberty and freedom, it means your ability and your right to do things, to make decisions. So basically, when we say that we are in lockdown in South Africa, we are not in jail. We are actually in the confinement of our house. So which means we're still free because we can still move around in our house and do things that we've never done before. So we have to be able to use this time during the lockdown to improve in our personal life. Some people have not spent enough time with their family because of the traveling, and some people have not been able to invest in their own personal development by reading books. So this is the time to use it to your advantage, to upskill yourself, to be able to become more relevant after the crisis, because after the crisis there will be different there will be definitely a different kind of skill set that will be required to survive and to be able to add value in different sphere of the society. Whoever is in business, it means that you will have to rethink how you do your business. Every business now are moving online, and it means that probably you will not have to be key to keep your business model as it was before. For individual employee like myself as well, you would have to think on how do you get the right skill set to be able to remain relevant to your organization. Most of the organization are now asking people to work from home. So it means that probably organization will be looking at some of the benefit that they used to give to the employee because they were going to the office. They will probably look at it and say, maybe we don't need this, and probably reduce your package. So it means that there's a lot of things that will change. So what you need to be expecting is there will be change. Change are inevitable. And during this lockdown, because the opposite of lockdown, it means your freedom, you are free now to spend more time in upskilling yourself, spending time to think about your business. How do you improve your business? How do you come up with new business approach to be able to navigate the after coronavirus crisis? So in summary, as we are restricted to live in our home, let us focus on the opposite of both words, lockdown and crisis, and focus on solution and prepare for the change that may result from this crisis. And for those who are in business, they need to think and act proactively and strategically in defining new strategies and business model that will help them to navigate and sustain their business after the crisis. Individual working need to invest on personal growth, and they require skill set that may help them to remain relevant after the crisis. The only guarantee that tomorrow will be great is if you invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, don't expect anyone to invest for you. Invest in you, sorry. So basically, I'm really urging you guys today to use the lockdown and this crisis that we are in to turn it around in a positive way. So at least you can, use it to your benefit, improve your skill set, and find peace. Because in the middle of this chaos, you can have peace and know that there will be a solution. And this crisis shall pass. Thank you very much. And I hope that I've been able to bring you more hope today. And I will be, recording some few videos just to, bring more insight in terms of how do we lead and how do we manage this time that we are at home and the crisis that we are in. Thank you very much. Please feel free to send me any question, any query that you have in terms of, if you need any help, I'm happy to support you. Thank you very much.